Hey, what is up, guys? Jake or VFX Edits here, and today I'm doing a Black Ops commentary. You can see I'm playing Black Ops, because that's Black Ops commentary. But I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 lately because I really don't like it. I played it a little bit for GB, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really like Modern Warfare 3 like at all. I mean, I was playing some like drop zone last night, quick scoping with some people, JC and a couple other people. But, I mean, I really don't enjoy that game. I enjoy Black Ops much more, and I hope I enjoyed Black Ops 2. So far, the gameplay looks really, really cool. I wasn't really excited for Modern Warfare 3 at all, but I'm really excited for this. So, yeah. Let's talk about where I was, what I haven't posted in a while. So, a couple things happened. I was away, and then I was sick, and then I was, like, out, like, around home, like, mall, that kind of stuff, but, like, doing stuff, like, school shopping and that kind of stuff. And then, my computer decided to pretty much melt on me, and it's been overheating like crazy lately. I pretty much was off my laptop for like 2 days just to try to get it to cool down, and it's doing a little bit better now, but it's overheating like crazy. But, I'm saving up money right now to buy a computer. I'm probably gonna get a job. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I'll try to get a job, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll be accepted because I'm not really qualified. Well, I mean, I'm trying to work at like a yogurt place, like a frozen yogurt, because that's like opening near us, and it's close, and it's pretty easy. Not that I don't want to, do a job where I actually have to work. It's just the fact that I don't, you know what I'm saying, all right? It's an open job, and I'm gonna take the position if I can. Obviously, I may not be able to, but I'll work like 2 days after school, and then like 2 hours after school, and a little bit on the weekends. But so pretty much that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to save up for a new computer and an iPhone and other stuff. But pretty much that's about it. So anyway, let's just move on to the commentary at hand. So what I was going to talk about is I was going to talk about an existential crisis, which if you watch Hutch's videos, he talked about it. But over the last 6 months, I've been, not even 6 months, like ever since 2012, I've been having a pretty rough year. It's been better now in the summer, like towards the end of summer, like August and July. I've been doing a little bit better. Actually, pretty much summer in general. But for a while, I was going through some rough times, school, outside stuff, just bad stuff. Not going to bring anything up, because I've already, bitched and moaned about that. It's time to just move on. But, I went through some tough stuff, and I'm still, completely not recovered from it. So that's why I'm excited to start the year, get a whole new start, if you will. And, existential crisis, in case you don't know what it is basically something where, like, it's kind of like depression. Some people are depressed with that, but you basically feel small, and you realize that your life is not meaningful. But, I mean, this is just going to be my opinion, because obviously people's opinions change on pretty much everything from politics to religion to, existential crisis. But this is how I see it, and basically, it kind of goes back to life. Like, if you guys, a lot of people don't think about this kind of stuff, but I know, at least being on Reddit, I'm kind of exposed to a lot of, like, space kind of stuff and just learning about, I go on Reddit, which is like a website. I don't know how to explain Reddit. Just go to the website and sign up for an account, I guess would be the best way. And they have subreddits for everything, and I'm subscribed to space and that kind of stuff, because science is not kind of stuff really interests me. I enjoy learning about space and Mars and the Mars rovers, Curiosity, and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool to me. But anyway, the more I think about it, the more you realize how minuscule we are. And I mean, I don't want to really tie religion into it, because I know religion's very sensitive, and I'll go out into this way and say I was raised Christian, and I guess, well, actually Catholic, and I still consider myself a Christian, but I feel like I have an open mind towards atheism at this point, because if you think about it, the shit just doesn't make sense. The fact that we know people thousands of years ago made mythological things like Zeus and Pegasus and that kind of stuff to explain stuff they didn't understand. And if you think about it, reasonably, that's probably what religion is. But at the same time, there is stuff that you just can't explain, and I guess religion is an explanation for that. Whether or not it's true and whether or not it's most likely, that's up to faith and what you believe in that. And at this time, I'd say I'm kind of torn 50-50. I would not ever make fun of somebody because they're Christian or Jewish or something like that, because, your opinions are your opinions. But, I see both sides of the street, if you will. I see both opinions on it. But, I mean, if you think about it, you're born, Obviously, you can't think about what is before you're born, because you weren't really there. You weren't really in existence. And plus, when you're very young, your brain is still developing, so it's kind of almost in read-only mode where it doesn't record stuff. So, you don't know it's beforehand, so you don't really know. You can't disprove that there is nothing. You can't prove that there is, like almost like a heaven kind of thing, if you believe in that, or that kind of stuff. But basically, I'm kind of just rambling on about this kind of stuff. Basically, what I'm getting at is life is, like, it's like most likely for people, it's about 80 years long, 80 to 85 years long. And after that, as far as we know, time goes on forever. And an existential crisis is pretty much meaning that your life, you feel so small, small, you're just a tiny person for a little bit of time on a speck of rock in a giant expanse of nothing, and that being space. Well, not nothing, because there's other stars and most likely other civilizations out there. But, you feel like your life really isn't, what it was made up to be, and that you're pretty much just... I guess I kind of strayed away from an existential crisis, and there's actually not a word for this in English, but there's a word for it in Japanese, which I forget. Maybe if I find it, I'll put it on the whatchamacallit, because there's a word in Japanese that basically describes what I'm saying, and I guess it's kind of sort of an existential crisis. Kind of, not really, sort of, but, I mean, I can kind of go on for a while about this, and I'm kind of rambling, but, you just kind of feel so small and ever expansive, almost like nothing, and that being space, of course. And I guess it really comes down to what you believe, because I heard, I think it was a Carl Sagan, I don't really remember who it was, but somebody, basically said that, we're like computers, which, if you think about it, we're pretty much just our nerves, how we move, how we talk, that kind of stuff is all electrical impulses, and our organs and that kind of stuff are pretty much just like parts of a computer. Like, well, I can't really think of a good thing, but like your heart is like the power supply, your brain's the CPU. I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to come up with an analogy, but he basically said our brains are hard drives, and we think and we do that kind of stuff. And he said when a hard drive or computer dies, do we believe that there is, a hard drive afterlife? He says no, that's silly. I said silly, really weird for some reason, but that's silly to believe that there's something after that. And I guess it's kind of true, and I guess maybe this isn't much as an existential crisis as I said it was going to be. What I'm going to discuss is more almost like death. Like, death is so permanent, and something that, isn't so permanent, because time, as far as we know, goes on forever, and, that when you wake up in the morning, everything is pretty much going to be the same, most likely. But there's something so permanent about death in a life that is so constantly changing. I mean, I know I said, like, you wake up in the morning, stuff most likely be the same, but, people will be different places, things will be different. I mean, just this morning they discovered, a World War II bomb in Munich, and, it's just, I guess it's random things happen all the time, and everything changes, the leaves, the temperature, that kind of stuff, but there's something so permanent about death. Death is forever. And I guess that kind of does come back to an existential crisis a little bit. And maybe I apologize if this is way over your head and I kind of rambled on and didn't make too much sense. I probably could have done a better job with this commentary, but I don't know. I haven't done something in a while, so my public speaking skills are a little bit, out of practice, I guess you'd say. But yeah, that's just my kind of thoughts on, death and life and existential crisis. I know this was a very deep and heavy commentary, not what I usually do. But if you guys enjoyed this kind of commentary, I'll be sure to do another one. It's kind of like my philosophical take on stuff. So anyway, this gameplay is pretty much wrapping up now. I'll cut it off probably a little bit early and just hit to the splash screen right about now. So if you guys enjoyed this, remember to subscribe. My last video, my last commentary, that kind of stuff's down there. If you enjoyed it, that you like my Facebook, I don't know. Follow me on Facebook, like me on Twitter. I'll have an edit coming out tomorrow. See ya.